right? And I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'll maximize the screen. And I have already mentioned that, guys, please explore this standard primitives and extended primitives, all these things. I hope you will explore all these things. So now what I'll do, I will show you how you can subtract, you can do union, merge, all these things, how you can do it here, and how you can create some 2D shapes and you can convert them into 3D, how you can do that. I will show you here. And we also have some already created AEC objects like door, window, stairs. These are the, I will show you. So first, let me show you. Suppose if you have any wall and there you want to create a cutout for your window, right? So how you can do that? So I have created a wall-like object with the help of this box. You can also do create it if you go to this AC extended and there we have this wall. Okay. Uh, so if you go with this wall and it is similarly like a polysolid in AutoCAD. In the similar way, you can create it. You just have to specify the width and the height. Okay, and the justification will help you to create on the right position. Okay, so I'm just placing it on the center. As you can see, my mouse pointer is placed on the center. The point I defined, that is the center. Suppose if I choose the left, then if I click, you see this is the left of this wall. So the point I will define, that will be the left side. Okay, and as per that, it will be placed. So let me show you with the snap. So if I choose the left one, if I click here, you see that is the left side of this wall, and accordingly it is placed. And it will continue placing it. Okay, and that will be a single wall. Press escape, and this is your single wall. Very much easier to draw, create. Now I will go to the top view. Here I can just press T to switch into the top view and go to the standard primitives box. Now let me create a box over there. And now I'll not worry that much about the height. I can later fix it, and I will press P to switch back to the perspective mode. And as the box is selected, just right click on it, and with the help of this move transformation, you can just move it up. So I will move this up like 10 mm. Let's see, or let's go for 25. Yep. Okay. If it is not fine, you can go for 35 or 40. And then you can go for the modify if you want to adjust the height. Okay. All right. Now, if you want to change the colors of this wall, you can change it from here and you can name it. So I will subtract this. So first, this is my main object. I will select this and now go to this create. Here you will find out this compound objects and choose the pro boolean option. And we will be using this start picking. But before that, you need to select the operation. So the operation will be subtraction if you want to subtract. And if you want to make it a single object, all these two together as a single object, so then you can go for the union. And if you want to get the intersection of these two objects, intersection part of these two objects, then you can go for intersection. And so on, we have this merge option. Okay, now let me show you. And here we have this move option. So here you have this display the result, you will get the result. Okay, now go for start picking and pick this object. Okay, now let me undo it. And now if I choose copy instead of move, so what will happen? It will subtract, but these objects will be copied. Okay, so previously what you have seen that this one is removed, this box is removed, and the same volume from this wall is subtracted, right? So the same thing will happen here, but this box will be copied as well. Okay, so the same thing you can do with this instance and reference. So in the previous class, I have already mentioned about the differences between copy, instance, and references, right? So the same result you will get. Okay, so as per your requirement, you can choose instance or reference if you want to make a dependent on the main object. So let me show you with the copy option. So now you see that one part is subtracted and this box is still there. So this one is copied, right? Now you can go to this modify and there is this pro boolean and you can go for the operands and there you can choose this subtraction. If you want to change anything in the subtraction, like you want to change the position, okay, that you can do. And now what you can do, if you want to extract, if you want to extract this, so here you can see go to this operands and here you have this union box, right? So what has happened here, that subtraction is removed. Suppose you have subtracted and you want to remove, and you will get that box. All right, so that can be happen. Now let me show you that suppose after doing the subtraction you need that box. Suppose you haven't copied it and with the same size you want to subtract it on another wall, right? So for that what you can do, here you have this copy option in this extract selected part, right? And you need to select the right one, that is your operands, okay, and that is your subtraction. And then after checking the copy option, you select the extract selected and then it is copied. Okay, and you can if you want to replace the uh, if you want to replace your subtraction, so that you can do. Okay, and you have this box, you have this propylene. Okay, now you can select it and you can place it. Just a second, guys. Give me a second. All right. Thank you, guys. So was mentioning that if you want to have that for another subtraction, so you can extract it after doing the subtraction as well. Now I'll select this, and if I go for pro boolean, and then if I suppose if I want to uh, make it a single object, so for that I can go with the union and then go for start picking. And if you want to have that copy, so select copy or reference or instance. But right now I don't need, so I'll choose the move and click on start pick, and it is okay. So here you can see that it has adopted all the properties of the main object, and it is now associated with this main object, and currently altogether this is a single object. Okay, this is a single object. If I press F3, you can see it. Okay. This is how we can create the pro boolean. We can subtract, we can do the union, we can extract the intersection part of any two objects, two or three objects, or more than those objects. Okay, so this is how we can do it. Now let me go to this standard primitives, and here if I go for the box. Okay. Now if I go for the front view, and here let me go for this tube or torus. Let me go with this cube, and here suppose let's do it like this. Okay. Okay, later I will change if anything to change. And now I'll select it. I will adjust it. Okay. Now let's go for P F3. All right. Now I will select it and go for modify, and the segments I will specify 32 so that I can have a smooth curve. And if you want to have more height, so that you can define. So for that you can go to the top, and there you can see how much you need. So you can define that, and then you can place it from the top, and P for perspective. Okay, now suppose I want to create some more spokes with the help of this, right? So for that, what I need, let me go to the front view there. Now if I rotate, if I go for E and rotate, now you see that pivot, the pivot is placed or based on the minimum surface of this object, right? At the minimum it is placed. So right now, if I hold shift and rotate, so it will be rotating like this, right? So if I make duplicate objects, so I have to do lots of work to place it like this, and then this, and then this way, right? I have to place this way, and it will be analytic task, right? So what I'll do here, I have this hierarchy option where I can change the position of the pivot. So if you choose effect pivot only, and then with the help of move tool, you can place it. So right now you don't know the middle. So for that you have this snap toggle, right click on it. And if you have this midpoint checked, then you can place it and the pivot location. Right now I'll not go with the grid point. Later I will check if any other points are needed. So I will check it later. And there is no OK option. So don't click on this clear all. Now let me select. Yeah, so S is the shortcut. Yeah, so it's highlighting the mid. So you can just zoom it. So it's highlighting here, right? And after that, I will off the S and somehow at the middle, I'll just place it. Okay. Correct. And then or here you can click on this center to object. Okay, so it will be placed at the center of this object. All right. And click on this align to world. So the axis will be aligned as per the world coordinate system. Now go back to the create mode and choose E for rotation and hold shift. Okay, hold shift. And before making the duplicates, let me know that how many duplicate objects you require. Okay, first let me know how many objects do you require. So if you need 10 duplicates, so the between angles will be 36, correct? So what will be your axis? So for that you can go to your, so y is your axis, right? Y is the axis. So here you can put the value like 36, right? This way. Okay. Okay. So do here we have this angle snap. Okay. So right click on it and here you can put the angle snap. So that will be 36. So if I hold shift now and with this, so it will go for 36 and increment of 36, it will be placed. Okay. So now you can go for instance or copy as per your requirement you choose. And I will go for 10 and click on OK. Okay. I hope you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is with the help of angle snap. Okay. So as because I'm having the full length of this spoke, so I'll go for 5 because from the center it will cover the both side. So click on 5. So I hope you understand right now. So if you have any requirement like this, so this way you can achieve it. Okay. Now let me delete this, go for Z. And here we have other objects for doors. So we have these kind of doors, pivot. So you see the creation method is right now set to width, depth and height. So first you have defined the position and after that The second point will define the width, and then release your mouse and then drag to define the depth, how much depth you require. So you can understand the depth is the thickness. Okay, so the depth is thickness, and then you are going to define the height. I hope now you can understand. Right? So currently I'm giving the random value, but you will be defining with the proper values, right? So here you can see that we have the single door. We can check the double door to create a double door, and let me show you with the opening so you can understand better in which direction it is opening. If you go for minus, so it won't be happening. So for that you have to flip the swing. Okay, and as it is double door, so if you uncheck this double door, then only you can use the flip hinge for only single door. Otherwise the double door uh, will act the same way. uh, then only you can flip the swing. Okay, so this way you can create a pivot door. Now you have the frame thickness, so you can adjust the frame thickness, can adjust the frame depth. Okay, and we can also adjust the door offset. Right, so this way, and you can click on allow non-vertical jams so that you can allow it. And here you have this width, height, and depth option is there. So for that, I won't suggest you go for width and depth and width after that height, after that depth, because if you choose that option, it's going to be difficult to create, because here you will be specifying the width and then the height. It will take it in the x direction, xy plane, and then it will be like this. So difficult. This shouldn't be the right way. So go for this width, depth, and height to get the accurate result. Now you have the sliding door the similar way with depth and the height. Okay, and you go for the opening, so you can change this direction, and you can change the side, which side, and the similar options are available here. Now I have more to show about these leaf parameters. This leaf thickness you can change. Okay. These you can change, and can change this option. And panels are glass panels. These are glass panels. If you choose none, so there will be no effect on these rails. So you have this glass, and you can change the thickness of this glass. Okay, if you are not applying anything, so you can go with the 0. And what you can do, you can choose none, and you can go for the none, you can go for bewild. So for you will get this kind of result. You go for bewild, and you can choose bevel angle, thickness, and all these parameters so that you can try out. These are very easy options to create your doors. Have this bifold door. So define the width, depth, and then height. Okay. If you want to change anything, you can change. Now the opening, you can make it double door. So all the options are same. You can go for it. And now we have the windows. Windows options are kind of similar, but the options are exactly similar, but according to the window, you will get all the options. So define the width, height, depth, and height. And this is your awning window. The opening. Okay. And your frame. Let me zoom and show it. Horizontal width can change the horizontal width, and the vertical width, and the thickness can change the thickness. Okay. And the glazing thickness you can change. Rails and panels thickness. And right now the panel count is 1. And if you are using it for the washroom, bathrooms, so there you can change to 3, 4, how many you require accordingly. It and this thickness, frame thickness will be less. Okay. And how it will be like this. Okay. All right. So these things you can apply and create as per your requirement. Now let me show you the next option, that is casement. So let me go with this 2 panel and show you the opening. This is the most common window. You can change the swing if it is needed, and the width if it is required, thickness it is required to minimize, so you can. Okay, so these are the options you can easily do these windows. So these will be helpful for your projects. And we have some stairs, so we can create the stairs, all these stairs. So let me show you the straight stairs. So first define the length, and then you define the width, and then height. Okay. And here you can see this is open type stair. You choose closed for our monolithic stair. Okay. And if you want to make a box type of, that also be possible. And here you can add handrail and rail path. These options can be added. Now let me show you the main calculation. So if you want to put the riser height, so that can be possible. Mm. So you see the overall height is 240 mm, as because this riser count is fixed. So the riser count is fixed. How it is fixed? So here the pin option is there. So if you want to unpin it, then only you can change. So for that, any of this, any one of these three should be pinned. Okay. So right now this riser count can be changed and the overall height can be changed. And accordingly, the the riser height is fixed, and accordingly all these three will work. So if you change this like 10, so overall is 240 mm, and you have this riser count 10. So this overall will be changed because this riser height is fixed, so it should be changed. So you see this is 200 mm, as it will multiply the riser height and the riser count to get the overall height. Okay. And you have the stringers if you want to have the stringers, and if you have the open type, so you can get the carriage. If you don't want to get the carriage, don't choose it. So if you are having the carriage and the railings, so you can change the parameters of this carriage. Okay. Like this, and the width can change like this. Okay, so this is the carriage. And about the railings, so right now no railing is provided, and for the stringers you can provide the depth. Okay, like this, and how much offset you want to provide, so that can be provided. Now let me show you the L-type stair. So just click on it and drag it for the length, and for another length too, and how much offset from the uh, first landing, from the landing to the next, how much offset you want to give. Okay, and the length too, is go to modify, and okay, you can change all these parameters. So as you are increasing the length, or getting some more steps, so the total you can change it here. Okay, so similarly you can do all this U-type and spiral type stairs Okay, so this is it. You have to practice these things so that you get the fluency of the software. So this is all for today. Okay, I'm just ending it here.